Hello, CLCD Collective, it's Chris Keya. I want to thank Johnny Former for this interview. Also, welcome to my big Italian living room, and let's do it. So, Chaos Theory was recently released in early April 2009. What is the concept and style behind the new album? Well, the concept behind Chaos Theory is cyberpunk and everything that is correlated to cyberpunk. So let's say I wanted to give cyberpunk a musical direction, you know, taking some imagery stuff like this and put it all together to create something new. As you can see, lately in Synthwave there is a lot of focus on cyberpunk themes, on sci-fi themes, so I wanted to go deeper in that and explore every angle of this music and this style. What are your most favorite tracks from the album and why do you like them the most? Well, my favorite tracks from the album are Apocalypse, the first track I wrote for Chaos Theory, also Replicant, the only vocal track from the album that features MenaK on lead vocals. He did a wonderful job on this. And I also like Tyranny, the darkish track of the album, the most darkish track of the album, and Mind Death, Chaos Theory. Let's say I like them all because every track represents something, but my favorites are Apocalypse and Replicant, let's say those two in particular. Which track that was the most challenging to produce and what made it difficult? Well, the most challenging track, let's say it was Patterns, because it has lots of modern electro influences, so it was like putting a puzzle together, but I was very happy with the result in the end. And also Chaos Theory, the title track, is pretty cool because, you know, it's everything close to a soundtrack, to a film score, so that was the most different track from the album for the way you have to make it. I had to make it, so those two. What did you do on this album that was a new challenge for you? Well, the most challenging thing in this album was putting together different styles and give them a new direction. So it was pretty hard, but it was very fun. Chaos Theory is a much darker cyberpunk outrun Dark Saint style compared to your previous releases. Do you think you have found the right style for Chris Keya now, or will you continue to experiment and try new things on future albums? Well, let's say I found my identity in this album, my 100% identity, but I will always experiment and try new things, you know. I don't want to sound the same for, I don't know, 10 albums or something like that. I always like to experiment and try new things, so on the next one you will hear something like Chaos Theory, but it will be like Chaos Theory 2.0 on something like that.
Don't know where to go. Think about my misery, all my best
will there be a new release later this year? Can you tell us a little bit about what you're working on at the moment? Well, right now I'm working on various projects, and the most important one is the one with my colleague CZARINA. We are working on a concept album called Starcross. Starcross is a sci-fi inspired story and album. CZARINA and Deadly Kawaii wrote the whole plot for the story, the whole story, and we started to give a musical direction, a musical life to this, and it will be also pretty big because it will feature also lots of artists. Two of them are, one is Slade Templeton from Crying Vessel on the title track Starcross, and also the American YouTuber Corvix will do a voice feature on one of the tracks. So this will be a very big project, and we'll taking all the time to give it the life it deserves. And other projects are my agrotech industrial metal project with Terror. I always make those singles with him because it's so fun. I'm a big fan of agrotech, cyber goth style, so it's always fun to make tracks with him, and we are planning to release a full album as well. This year you have a new logo and more consistent styling and imagery on your releases. How much time have you spent developing your brand, and how well do you think it represents your identity as an artist? Well, since I had to release an album, I thought let's do a proper imagery for it. So I worked with Huba Dorjan, the Hungarian multimedia artist, and he did a great job, wonderful job for the artwork. He totally read my mind, so it was very fun working with him, and I'm very happy with the result. I also styled the new logo because I wanted something that would represent the new dark and hard direction I was taking on Chaos Theory. So those are the stuff. Do you have any plans to perform live this year, and what would a Chris Keya show be like? Well, I'm planning to play live not this year but the next one, and I'm planning everything from videos to show to every single thing, because I'd like to give the audience a big experience, not only a musical experience but also a big visual experience. So I'm taking all my time to plan it perfectly, and I will sure play live with Chris Keya very soon. I'm also planning to do some live with CZARINA for the Starcross album, but we'll talk about it in the next future. The tracks on Chaos Theory are much more dance and club friendly, Was it a conscious decision to create tracks like this so you could put together a more energetic, impactful live set? Yes, it was a totally mine choice, because as you can hear on previous releases, the music is more chill out stuff, like this stuff you can listen while driving your car at the sunset, something like this. On Chaos Theory I wanted to get, like I said before, more darker, more harder, and more club oriented, so DJs can play those songs, can play a remix of those songs in the clubs, and this was my decision, yes. Are there any countries or cities around the world you would like to play in, and what is about those places that makes you want to play there? Well, there are 2 countries I want to play in. The first one is the USA. I'm planning to play there next year, and also your country, UK, England, because I really want to play there. It's the cradle of lots of great musical styles I love, so I'd love to play there as well. Other places are Germany, France, because of its rising electronic music scene, so those are the main countries I'd like to play in. Do you have any funny stories on unexpected adventures for your time so far producing and performing as Chris Keya? Well, funny moments, yes, pretty funny moments, but unexpected adventures, not so much, not so big things, but reading the next question. Crazy fans, yes, I've had some crazy fans, some strange requests that I can say here, but it was pretty cool, because I think it's part of being an artist, and it's so cool, and it's fine to see fans asking certain things to you, and it's cool. You are getting more recognition for your music in the Synthwave scene now. What drives you to get better, and what level would you like to see Chris Keya in a couple of years' time? Well, what drives me is always to make better music, to make people enjoy it always more, and it's also something that is good for me, to my music production style, always improving myself, trying new things. It's cool, because I changed lots of styles, of production styles, from the first EP to Chaos Theory, so I must say this is what drives me to get always better, and also people that listen to my music, they give me the reason to improve myself always more. Do you have anything you'd like to say to your fans and followers? Yes, I would like to say a big thank you for supporting my music every day, from Spotify to Bandcamp. So a big thank you, and be ready, because lots of new stuff are incoming. Can you teach us how to say until next time in Italian? Yes, of course. It's pretty easy, you can say it like alla prossima, so when you are greeting someone you say bye bye alla prossima, and it's like bye bye until next time. So this is it. Well, the interview ends here. I'd like to thank again Johnny Farmer, Still City Collective, for this interview. As always, it's a big fun, and get ready, because I'm going to play Xen live on guitar from Chaos Theory, so here we go.